Due to circumstances beyond our control, we're back. Happy Wednesday. 29th day of September 2021. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Winning Wednesday. Yep, here we go again. Winning Wednesday. Yay! Same prize as last week. Two tickets to the VIP Lounge, the VIP spot at the Gateway Theater out there in Old Station, courtesy of our friends at Sun Basin Theaters. It's the only way to go out to the movie is to do the VIP spot. Big, comfortable chairs. They recline. It's 21 and older, so you don't have to worry about, kids and making noises and stuff like that. It's the only way to go, the VIP spot. And you can use these pair of tickets for any movie you want between now and next May. That's right. These passes don't expire until next May. So if you want to hold on to them for a couple of months and wait for a movie that you really want to see at the VIP spot, it's cool with us. You know what to do by now. It's email only. It's winner@ncwlife.com. That's our email address, winner@ncwlife.com. That's how you enter. All the rules apply, and you're used to it by now. Number one is one entry per email address. If you have more than one email address, you can enter more than once, but you can't enter over and 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 over again on the same email address. We check these things. Number two, because it is for the VIP spot, you must be a very important person to win. You got to be at least 21, of course, because it's 21 and over. So no minors. If you work in a mine, you can't win. And also employees of local telecommunications, solely on broadcasting, and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Cal. Again, winner@ncwlife.com. We'll give you a couple more reminders. We'll do the drawing at 10 o'clock this morning. 10 o'clock this morning, I'll notify the winner via email, winner@ncwlife.com. A pair of tickets to see any gosh darn movie you want at the VIP spot at the Gateway Cinema in Old Station. All right, good stuff. Bit of a change in the weather forecast. Yesterday at this time, we were talking about the possibility of a little bit of rain on Thursday into Friday. Now they're saying maybe not so much. We're going to be in kind of a transition between weather periods today, weather patterns today. We had one that exited out. That cold weather system that kind of just hung in, well, it's leaving now. Then another one's going to come by and pay us a visit on Thursday afternoon. Forecast details are coming up. Busy day in the newsroom, including a couple of developing stories we'll have for you this morning when we get to the news section. The Mariners on Monday, the Mariners had a 4.9% chance of making the postseason. Yesterday, it went up to 8.9% chance to make the postseason. And after last night's victory, their chance to make the postseason, 22.8%. It keeps going up. The Mariners making a run. We got highlights of last night's victory over Oakland and everything else that you need. And in case you missed the conversation on Monday, we're going to play it for you again because it's important stuff. It's Kirsten Ryles and Tiffany Gering. Tiffany Gering is the Chelan County Commissioner, and Kirsten Ryles is the one who's handling all the short-term rental applications for you people who already have short-term rentals. You're going to be grandfathered in, but now is the time to get in your paperwork. We'll talk about that with Tiffany and with Kristen in the back half of the program. Let's take our tour with our Valley View cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless setup. Looks like the cross camera is zoomed in a little bit. You can clearly make out Baker Street, and you can make out the Sunset Highway as East Wenatchee takes a bow to begin. You can actually see the country club. I have three-putted those greens on many occasions in Fancher Heights to the upper right-hand corner of your screen. On a chilly morning, it's 44 degrees. Sunrise this morning was 6:58, not too long ago. Sunset tonight, 6:43. That means 11 hours and 54 minutes of daylight. It was a cool day yesterday. Our high on Tuesday was 65. Our normal high is 71, so it was a bit on the cool side. And it will be somewhat on the cool side today before we warm up to near normal temperatures tomorrow. Camera 2. I don't know. They throw it up and I have to guess. I'm pretty good at guessing, though. Anytime now, Uriah. Anytime now. Okay, I'll just go with another guess. There we go. That looks to be the Arundel Rock camera. Turn around the other way. Is that what that is? It is the Arundel Rock camera, but we have it pointed up towards Lake Chelan and not down towards the Wenatchee Valley. Interesting. Nice view there. Hello, Lake Aniat. Thanks for starting your day with us. You see those high clouds in the background? That's what we're going to be dealing with for the most part today. High clouds will be filtering in over the Cascades from the west throughout the day. Whatever rain we get today is probably going to be relegated simply to the Cascade crest this afternoon and tonight. Camera number 3. Ooh, cool cool view there. I want to say maybe I don't know, monitor camera? We can't remember. That's a beautiful view of that lovely area there. I think that's the monitor camera turned back towards the Wenatchee Valley, and the only reason I'm using that as my guidepost is the sun. That's what I think we're looking at. Anyway, sunny slope and that area. So, it's the number 1 Canyon camera. Well, I'm an idiot. Well, there you go. Camera number 4. Oh, that's lovely. That's a house. What are you doing to me this morning, Uriah? Is that Rock Island? Hello, Rock Island. How you doing? That camera is way up there above Batterman Road in Rock Island, and there's the Columbia River to the right. Uriah, I'd like to talk to you right after the show. Okay, let's move on. Let's do the forecast. The one thing that everybody can agree on is the weather. We can't do anything about it. Here we go. Your forecast for today. Partly sunny. Again, as the day progresses, you'll notice those high clouds filtering in as we go. We'll top off about 65 degrees, 49 for the overnight low tonight. The clouds are going to hold the heat in a little bit tonight. Partly sunny on Thursday, maybe some rain on Thursday afternoon, just a slight chance of it, and that 71 degree right around normal for this time of the year. 46 for the overnight low. And then Friday is October 1st, and we're in for a very pleasant start to October with lots of sunshine and a high of about 70. Saturday about 72, warmer still on Sunday. Could be getting close to 80 on Monday. We'll see. Overnight lows will be below normal, but the afternoon highs will be at normal to above normal by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. Again, a tad unsettled today. We're going to have a mixture of clouds and sun with maybe some light rain on Thursday, but the expected rain Thursday night and Friday simply isn't going to materialize. So there you go. We're in for a nice start to October. A lot of people will be out and about this weekend, and Mother Nature is going to cooperate. 7 minutes after the hour, a quick 1-minute break, and then your Wednesday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Kids are resilient. I just love their energy. They bounce back so quickly. I love the stories they tell. I love just their charisma, their character. I love to see that subtle smile that you pull out of a kid, when you start talking with them about something they really like. I just love what I do, and I can't imagine I would be as happy doing anything else.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Sandberg, and I'm running for Wenatchee School Board. As a doctor, parent, and current board member, I'm excited and relieved that our students have now returned to school full-time with precautions in place to keep everyone safe. We're not quite back to pre-COVID times at school, but we are moving in the right direction with the community right behind us. Let's continue to make progress in a thoughtful and respectful manner for all of our students. Vote for Michelle Sandberg for Wenatchee School Board.
8 minutes after the hour, 42 degrees with filtered sunshine, mid-60s today. High clouds most of the day. We'll have a mixture of clouds and sun on Thursday. Probably more clouds than sun. Maybe some light rain. And starting Friday, we're in for a very nice start to October. We begin with this story. Douglas County's elected treasurer apologized on Tuesday to the Board of County Commissioners 4 weeks after they suspended her from office for late tax payments that cost the county $93,000 in IRS late fees. Natalie Marks says the losses are her responsibility. State law allows the commissioners to suspend a treasurer from office by filing a court injunction if there's evidence of a failure to perform their duties. The county is now undergoing an audit, and at their hearing on Tuesday, commissioners ordered Marks to take out a $250,000 surety bond to cover any as of yet unknown costs.
The majority of the issues in the lawsuit were my fault, or like I said, I apologize for allowing that to happen. I'm very disappointed in myself because I've always taken my job extremely seriously, and I value the services we provide, and the taxpayers' dollars are extremely important and invaluable to serving the community. And too often we see corruption in government, and that's not, I don't believe that is what happened here. You know, unfortunately, my personal and work lives got a little out of balance this past year, and I'm not making excuses because everybody's got different. But I just wasn't performing to my best self.
Thank you for that, and I know that is heartfelt. And I would say that on behalf of the board, the reason that we are pursuing this as we are is for the same, out of the same concern for our taxpayers, and for the county as a whole.
I think I speak unanimously for the board here that we don't feel that there was ill intentions toward the county. This was intentional in any way. Life got in the way, some things happened.
The costs of the new surety bond will be taken on by Douglas County itself, not by Marks personally. Former county treasurer Nona Haberman is currently managing the treasurer's office during Marks's suspension. The death of an inmate earlier this month at the Chelan County Regional Jail is being investigated by the North Central Washington Special Investigations Unit. The Wenatchee Police Department said in a press release on Tuesday that 38-year-old Joseph A. Verville of East Wenatchee died on September 7th while being held at the jail on an outstanding warrant. He was first booked into the jail on September 5th after being detained by Wenatchee police. Verville was being held in a single holding cell equipped with video surveillance. Now, the unit said his death appears to be medical, but official determination of the cause is pending the results of a toxicology report. A Moses Lake man serving prison time for negligently shooting his girlfriend has had his conviction overturned. 31-year-old Jose Jesus Espinoza Jr. has been at the Airway Heights Correction Center since he was convicted in January of 2020. Espinoza allegedly told hospital workers that he accidentally fired a handgun and wounded the victim in the back. But he denied the charge to police, and at trial, and some of the testimony was in fact contradictory. So the State Court of Appeals in Spokane ruled on Tuesday that Espinoza's lawyer didn't effectively represent him, and they threw out his conviction for third-degree assault with a firearm. He remains imprisoned on charges including unlawful firearm possession and witness tampering. An East Wenatchee man charged with abducting a former girlfriend across county lines pled guilty Monday to lesser charges. 20-year-old Trey Michael Haberlock pled instead to second-degree assault and misdemeanor harassment. Back in January, sheriff's deputies said Haberlock struck the woman in the face, threatened her with a knife, and forced her to drive him from Wenatchee to Ellensburg. Prosecutors say they'll ask for a sentence of 12 months in jail plus a year on probation when Haberlock is sentenced in December. For the second year in a row, East Wenatchee has canceled its annual Wings and Wheels Festival, once again over COVID-19 concerns. Normally held the first weekend in October to celebrate the first nonstop Trans-Pacific flight by Clyde Pangborn and Hugh Herndon. The festival also featured a car show and a cruise, as well as many other community activities. City officials say they are using the 2-year break in festivals to explore a revamping of the annual event to be more community-oriented and tourist-friendly. And Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center instructor Juan Lorera has been nominated for a National Life Changer Award. This is cool. He's in his 6th year of leading the law enforcement and criminal justice program at the Tech Center. Lorera is eligible to win one of 18 cash awards of up to $10,000 for his school. Lorera brought extensive military and law enforcement experience to the program, and a lot of his students, past and present, credit him with turning their lives around. A couple of years ago, our very own Caitlin Heddersheet featured Lorera in an NCAA Life magazine, and here are some highlights from that episode.
I go by 3 names only. I go by Mr. Luetta, Tax Sergeant, or Sir. It's not, hey dude, in my classroom, that doesn't fly. They can't use my last name only because what we also instill is a healthy respect, a mutual respect. So when we have that in class, things are more orderly.
Mr. Luetta says he's seen many transformations in his classroom and heard from other teachers what kind of changes they see in his cadets. He says the structure he's developed for the program lends itself to this transformation.
Sometimes their students haven't shown a propensity or any motivation to be successful in their classes. And after about half a semester or a semester to a year, they see a change in their students because of what we stress in here with the culture and with the respect and just getting your work done. I mean, we have a structured promotion system here that requires them to get their work in. They don't know what to think about it at first, and so they'll be lacking assignments until promotions come up and they see what a big deal it is, and then all of a sudden they kick it into high gear and they're turning stuff in. It creates a lot of work for me, but it's worth the effort because it shows them that it is important, not only in the classroom, but it's important at their jobs to get work done. They can't just show up and look good, they have to perform as well.
Well, from what I've learned, like even if you don't want to be a police officer, it's still a really fun class. Like you still get your credits, which is pretty good. And then like you can make all these new friends, and like normally in like normal classes at the high school, you make like, I don't know, 1 or 2 friends in your high school classes. But here, we're all friends. We had a sub recently, and it was like the sub wasn't even there. We were running ourselves. We're in this together. I used to be this dweeky little, tiny little freshman, and now I'm in this. He's helped me like really like find parts of myself that I didn't even know. And like he's helped boost my confidence a lot because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really have that much confidence. But
You don't have to be interested in going into the law enforcement field to be a good citizen. And really what we're trying to accomplish more than recruiting people for law enforcement are creating good citizens, good informed citizens.
Most of his stuff, I've talked to like state patrols and stuff. I've been to a couple interviews and it's all relevant. Like everything they've told me, he's told me, and he's always there for you. Like he's told us if you ever like go to court or have an interview that he can be there for you. Like he's not just like an in-class teacher, he cares about you. He ties us all together. He's definitely been a huge role model, and I hope someday I can be like him.
Their parents have not seen that level of success or the level of achievement, and when they see their students and their kids in uniform and performing, it gets a little emotional for them. And I can see that it's creating that difference that they may have needed in their life. So, and it gives me satisfaction to know that I'm a small part of that.
And now you're in the loop on what's making news on this Wednesday, the 29th day of September. A newscast will be coming your way again tonight at 5, 6, and 10 with the whole news crew, gathering news, disseminating news, and broadcasting news. Again, 5, 6, and 10, also available on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, and our homepage. And with a preview, here's Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, our cool, unsettled weather will continue today and parts of Thursday before things turn very nice just in time for the weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has all the results from last night's prep soccer and volleyball action, as well as that big series between the Mariners and A's. That and all the day's news stories coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope you'll join us then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. And don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. You got a news tip? You want to drop us a note? We'd love to hear from you. You can go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app. You can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and click on the Contact Us icon, or you can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com. The Mariners, boy, it's like memories at 95, isn't it? They did it again. They beat Oakland. They're still in the playoff hunt. Highlights from last night's exciting victory coming up with sports. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. We can lift this up here. Lifetime warranty.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
You're in Ford Country, land of Pat Armstrong, Ford Lincoln, home of the lifetime warranty. That'll sure get you thinking.
Get ready for fall and winter with a new or used truck or SUV from North Central Washington's four-wheel drive headquarters, Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln on 3rd Street in East Wenatchee.
Land of Pat Armstrong, Ford Lincoln, you're in Ford Country.
20 minutes after the hour, the Mariners continue to find ways to win the bottom of the order. Carried the load yesterday, 4-2 the final. Seattle over Oakland. Manager Scott Service tabbed Tyler Anderson for the start on just 2 days rest. The veteran southpaw was able to go 4 innings. He allowed just 1 run on 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and that allowed the offense a chance to get going. Jake Fraley in the 4th.
Line into right field. This will tie it up, if not more. Here comes Kelnick. Torrens, he's getting waved home. Luis Torrens headed home. The tag is not made, and the Mariners have taken the lead. Jake Fraley stands up at third. It's a 2-1 Mariners lead in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Catcher Tom Murphy added to the Mariner lead in the 6th inning.
Murphy splits, diving stop, Harrison, and the pick is not made. Toro is in. Fraley first to third. The Mariners get a 2-run lead now thanks to Tom Murphy. Harrison made a great diving stop on it, but the play wasn't completed.
Well, this is a break for the Mariners. Terrific play by Harrison, and Olsen, one of the best in the business at first base. Normally, I would say he's going to come up with that picket, but he just whips it.
After Tony Campa of the A's got a run in the top of the 7th inning to make it 3-2, in the bottom of the 7th inning, Mitch Haniger got the run right back.
Of Diekman to tie the game. Haniger, does he get him again? Does he get him again? He does! It's the series of Mitch Haniger.
Exit velo 106,
Just shy of 400 feet.
and for Mitch, his 38th home run, now has 95 RBIs. Third home run of the series.
Tell you what, Mike, we saw it last night too. He just does such a good job. He gets so low with that knee. It just keeps him on that breaking ball down in the zone so well. And he's just able to stroke that ball right out of the ballpark.
The Paul Sewald, Drew Steckenrider bullpen combination came on to ice the victory.
Out to center, Kelnick. Kelnick makes a galloping catch. The Mariners win again, and the Mariners are still in the fight.
Give Scott Service a lot of credit. He makes a change in the rotation, puts Tyler Anderson out there. He pitched very well for 4 innings. Turn it over to the bullpen. This thing worked out great. Just enough offense. And again, congratulations to Mitch Haniger.
Absolutely, that's been the formula all year. Gutsy pitching from the starter, good bullpen work, and then some clutch hitting on offense, and that's what the Mariners did again tonight. They beat the Oakland A's for the 11th straight victory.
Mariners and A's wrap up their 3-game series tonight. 7:10 first pitch. Logan Gilbert will take on Frankie Montas. So the Mariners' win, combined with Toronto's loss, puts the Mariners in front of the Blue Jays in the wildcard race. Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton each homered in the Yankees' 7-2 victory in Toronto. And meanwhile, Baltimore held Boston to just 2 runs on 3 hits and a 4-2 win, and that puts the Mariners a half game back of the Red Sox for the second wildcard spot. New York is now 2 games on top of Boston. Local prep girls soccer last night, a game we had right here. Olivia Harley and Talila Hurst each had goals in the first half. Piper Davidson added 2 more in the second. Wenatchee defeats Davis 4-0 at Leib Field at the Apple Bowl. Sebastian Marega and Matt Wisen had the call.
2 waiting in the box. Shot across. Harley. Goal. Olivia Harley for the Wenatchee Panthers. 5 minutes 24, and it's night and day, Matt Wisen.
Very good near post run by Olivia there. Good to see her just get right in front of the keeper, right, and didn't need to do much to it. Just redirect it a little bit and send it home. Great job by Wenatchee.
Genesis Cortez getting the brunt of that, taken away by the Wenatchee Panthers into the box. That goes right for the shot. Goal, 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 goal. Talia Hurst for the Wenatchee Panthers, 2-0. The score, 7 minutes of play.
Goalkeeper's seeing the ball come in low, coming in high. Now I think she might get deer in headlight syndrome here pretty soon.
Steckman.
Onside.
The referee says so. Into the box we go. 3 waiting. Shot. What a beautiful touch.
What a beautiful touch. It looked like Davidson for the third tally of the contest. Number 13, Coble. Coble into the box. Top of the box, Davidson, the shot! No doubter! Davidson with her second tally of the night, 4-0 Wenatchee.
Yeah, good recognition there. That was that middle to the far post side that is open in transition for Davis, and Wenatchee definitely took advantage of that this time, and found the back of the net. So good finish, good run, good pass there all around.
How important was it for the team as a whole to have a good showing today, coming off the loss against the arch rival Eastmont?
I think it was very important. I think we needed a win, and I think we needed to know that we can coach ourselves and we can play simple balls and know how to play the game of soccer.
If anything at all, did anything at all surprise you about your fast start, scoring those 2 goals in a minute and a half?
No, I know we can play fast, and I know we can get quick goals when we want to.
Nice victory to the Panthers. Let's go to the Les Schwab scoreboard. On the pitch last night, Eastmont remains unbeaten. Paige Fisher, the hero, she scored a goal in extra time to give the Wildcats a 2-1 road win at Eisenhower. Moses Lake blanked Sunnyside. Cashmere shut out Cascade. Chelan got by Quincy. Tenasket topped Brewster. Manson beat Bridgeport. Liberty Bell popped Pateros. Okanagan, no trouble with Lake Roosevelt. Les Schwab Prep volleyball scoreboard. Eastmont took down Eisenhower in straight sets. Wenatchee took down Davis in straight sets. It took 4 sets. Sunnyside knocking off Moses Lake. Ephrata defeats Ellensburg. This is a big upset. Ellensburg was ranked 6th in the state. Ephrata undefeated in volleyball this year. Cashmere knocked off Cascade and Chelan over Quincy. On the big courts last night, Manson swept Lake Roosevelt. Okanagan victorious over Liberty Bell. NES shutting out Moses Lake. Christian 3-0. And a reminder, we'll have volleyball live here tomorrow night. The West Valley Rams and the Eastmont Lady Wildcats at Eastmont High School. Eric Granston with the call tomorrow night. Pregame 6:45. We'll have the action at 7. And then, of course, Friday, we'll be at Leib-Ofta Field at the Apple Bowl. Wenatchee and Sunnyside, Big 9 football. The handsome and talented Grant Olson and the even more handsome and more talented Eric Granstrom will be there. Pregame at 6:30, and those are just some of the games that people are playing. On this 29th day of September 2021, happy National Coffee Day every September 29th. Have yourself a cup of joe. We like our coffee around here. The average American spends $1,092 each year on coffee. Just on coffee. $1,092. That's a lot. According to legend, coffee was discovered by an Ethiopian farmer in the highlands of Ethiopia, a goat herder specifically, who noticed that whenever his goats ate this certain plant, they got all buzzed up. They were like all wired. And he said, hey, I wonder if it works on people. Turns out it does. We love our coffee. We're big-time coffee drinkers here in this country, but we don't hold a candle to Finland. Finland drinks more coffee per capita than any country, and most people I know start their day with a cup of joe. Happy National Coffee Day today. A lot of coffee stands, coffee shops, mocha stands, whatever. They're going to have specials today, so be sure to ask about it. Just tell them I sent you. 29 minutes after the hour today in history. Boy, if you were a Kaiser Wilhelm, you had a really bad day during World War I. September 29th, 1918. First of all, Bulgaria quits. Bulgaria, fighting on the side of the Kaiser, said, well, you're not going to win the war. Sorry, Wilhelm, we're out of here. Bulgaria, gone. 86, not going to win. See ya. They left. The very same day, September 29th, 1918, 103 years ago, the Hindenburg Line was broken by the Allies. The Hindenburg Line was the line that was defending Germany in France and all. And they said, we're going to bust the line, and they busted the line, and that wasn't good either. And on the very same day that Bulgaria quit and the Hindenburg Line was broken, Germany's Supreme Army Commander told Kaiser Wilhelm and his crew that they need to open negotiations for an armistice. There they are, Paul von Hindenburg, Kaiser Wilhelm, and Erich Ludendorff. They were told by the head guy in the army, hey, we're not going to win. If we're not going to win, the best thing we can do is open negotiations so we can get out of this mess. Didn't work. We put the kibosh on the Kaiser, or started to anyway, 103 years ago today. And there's mid-air collisions, and then there's this. Look at that. This was in Australia at a flight training school in 1940. Two Avro Ansons collided in flight. One of them landed on top of the other one while they were still flying. They remained locked together after colliding. Now, the collision stopped the engines of the upper plane. The pilot and the navigator in the lower plane, they were okay. They bailed out. The guy in the upper plane kept flying. Even though they were locked together, he figured out if he used his ailerons and flaps, he could actually control both planes at once. He was able to actually land the darn planes locked together. Now, that's pretty good. It happened in Australia. Yeah, on this date in 1940. Birthdays. The only person to be awarded stars in all 5 categories at the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He has a star for movies, a star for television, a star for music, a star for radio, and a star for live performances. The only one with 5 stars in the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Gene Autry, the singing cowboy, born in this state in 1907. Of course, a very successful businessman as well. He made his money, spent it wisely, owned the Angels forever and ever. Gene Autry, born in the state in 1907. Bum Phillips, my favorite NFL coach ever. There's 2 kinds of coaches, said Bum. Them that's been fired and them that's gonna be fired, and I've been both. I've never scrimmaged the Oilers against the Oilers because they're not on our schedule. And when he was asked about Earl Campbell's inability to finish the 1-mile run in training camp, he said, when it's first and a mile, I won't give it to him. The late Bum Phillips, born in the state in 1923. And this is hard to believe. You know, we lost Don Everly a couple of months ago. Don Everly, one half of the Everly brothers, passed away. And that means the killer, Jerry Lee Lewis, the rock and roller of the 50s, if you will. Jerry Lee Lewis is the last surviving member of the inaugural class of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who would have thunk that? Of course, 3 artists were already gone by the time they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Buddy Holly, Sam Cooke, and Elvis Presley. But of the living members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame who were there to be inducted in 1986, the only one left, the killer, Jerry Lee Lewis, is 86. Winning Wednesday. Same prize as last week, and boy, we had a lot of entries too. It is a pass for 2 people, it goes this way, to the VIP Lounge. The VIP Lounge at the Gateway Cinema out there in Old Station. This is 21 and older. The nice, big, comfortable chairs. You can drink alcohol, and they bring your food right to you. And you can use this pair of tickets to any movie between now and May of next year. You don't even have to use them this weekend. You don't have to use them tonight. You got all kinds of time. Winner at ncwlife.com. Winner at ncwlife.com. We'll do the drawing at 10 o'clock this morning. It's email only. 1 entry per email address. You must be a very important person. You can't be a minor. Employees of local telecommunications solely on broadcasting and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Malcolm. Winner at ncwlife.com. I'll do the drawing at 10 o'clock. When we come back, Mike McNally's got an opinion. We're going to play my conversation with Kirsten Ryles and Tiffany Gering about Chelan County short-term rentals. The do's and the don'ts. Coming up, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
You know, I have different people in the community come up and tell me that they've seen our commercial. I took my family up to Yodelin up in Leavenworth, and we walk in, and it's a Monday night, so Monday Night Football is playing, and all of a sudden, our commercial starts airing, and my kids couldn't believe it. They're like, Dad, you are on Monday Night Football. This is unbelievable. You know, we know somebody famous. Like, my respect level just went way up in my kids' eyes.
We have, over the last year, realized how important Apple Blossom is, how important those Friday football games are, and being a part of that community and being able to support those activities happening is very important to us.
One of our real passions as a business is to serve our community well, and at the same time promote our brand. And I feel like NCW Life allows you to do that with some of the different opportunities that they give you. There's ways to help us build community while at the same time promoting your brand.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
The people that work here are just so caring, and they try to help you be a better person, a better workout.
They have a really good facility. They have good equipment. They run a good business.
The thing I love about Works is the friendliness of the staff. The environment is clean, it's safe, almost like a second home.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. So, I'm 68 years old, and the building where my office is located is being sold, and I have to move. So, I need to make some decisions, and changing at my age. And what's the logical thing to do, right? Find a new job. Now, what were you thinking, retirement? Yeah, right. What am I gonna do, stay at home and garden? Drive my sweet wife even crazier than I do now? Nope. I may not go into work as early as I used to, but I'm going to work. And by the way, I have 3 jobs. This TV gig, my counseling, and the occasional adoption work. Hey, keeps me off the street and out of trouble. Also, out of my wife's hair. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Swing by today and get road trip ready with our always free pre-trip safety check. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
North Central Washington, I want to invite you to join NCW Tech Alliance on September 29th from noon to 1 p.m. as we celebrate the 20th Innovator Awards. 5 new award winners will be announced live, along with special recognition for honorees Andrew Metcalf, Stemilk Growers, and Doug Merrill. Thanks to the generosity of Microsoft and our presenting sponsors, the Innovator Awards is free to watch online. We'll see you on September 29th.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside, knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere, so when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from LocalTel. Call Guardian Security from LocalTel now, or visit localtel.net to learn more.
I'm here at the Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, where there's a ton of cool stuff to do. You can learn how the dam harnesses the power of the Columbia, walk inside a Native American Thule Lodge, and steer clear of disaster on the Rock Island Rapids. You can check out the new fish viewing space and even stare a salmon right in the eye. Explore all this and more at Chelan County PUD's brand new Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, now open year-round.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is going to be a milestone day in the community development offices not far from us at the Chelan County campus, because today is the day for you people who already have short-term rentals to start the process. Of course, they went through this whole 2-year process of hemming and hawing. They hit Control-Alt-Delete a couple of times with the Chelan County Commissioners. finally passed their ordinances earlier in the summer, and now it's time to start filling out some paperwork. Ladies, introduce yourself to our television family, please.
I'm Commissioner Tiffany Gering.
And I am Kirsten Ryles. I am the short-term rental division manager.
Which is a brand new job for a very challenging job. This is such a big thing that they created this job and they brought you on board.
Yeah, it is. It's a brand new position to work with the code. That we developed a whole new division for the processing of applications and answering questions and code enforcement. So it was a new position that I came into just at the end of July.
And starting today on this Monday, it's paperwork time.
Starting today is the day to start getting those application packets in. So for those people who were existing short-term rentals who are already operating, their application window starts today. Today is not the deadline, so please don't line up around the block for us. So we want to make sure that you have your application materials, which are all posted on our website. Our Public Information Officer, Jill Fitzsimmons, helped us revamp our whole website to make it as simple a process as possible for the public. So if you're an existing owner, you click on the existing button, it gives you all your instructions and all the paperwork you're gonna need.
You and Kevin and Bob had to do a lot of work to get this thing hemmed out, didn't it? I mean, this was a challenge, and you're new to the board, so to speak. This was quite a challenge right out of the box. You were thrown right into the fire, weren't you?
Oh, absolutely. Trial by fire. And I'm still here, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it was definitely challenging to come into a code that was already created and just needed some tweaks. And I think that we finally got to a place where most people can live with it. Neither side is happy.
But neither side is ever going to be happy.
Right.
That's part and parcel
it's like
of
a divorce.
The job, exactly.
Yes. So I think it's a workable code, and I'm excited to see how things are going to go. You know, there's, like Kirsten said, there's no rush for people to apply. If you've been a short-term rental already, you know, there's not a certain limit that you're out if you don't make it in time. So it's really important that people don't panic.
And it's also important to note that Tiffany's constituency, the district that she represents in the north part of the county, is heavy on short-term rentals. I mean, up in the Lake Chelan-Manson area, that's not a cottage industry. It's an industry, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It will be interesting to see how the new short-term rental regulations affect lodging tax. It'll be really interesting to see.
And when do you start getting answers on that?
Well, it's always behind, so
right.
It's 2 to 3 months behind for those numbers. So I think that these regulations will have to be in effect, and so today they obviously go into effect, and we'll see some probably numbers in January would be my guess.
As was noted earlier by the lovely Miss Ryles here, the first thing you got to do if you're an already existing owner of a vacation rental property is, first of all, you got to prove that you have been and you've been taking in revenue and all that other stuff. What do the people who are ready to be grandfathered in, what do they need to know as of today to start that process?
Okay, so if they were already in operation, so the catch there is, were you legally in operation? So in order to prove that, so you would have had to have been operating between the dates of July 28th, 2019 and August 25th of 2020, which is the date that the moratorium went into effect. So no new short-term rentals were to start after the date of the moratorium. So if you can prove that you were in operation during those dates, that's the first piece. Then you have to be able to prove that you got revenue for your rental during those dates and that you paid your sales and lodging tax. Those are the first 3 critical pieces, and then the application packet walks you through the rest of your submittals.
And is this on an honors system? How do you vet those people who said I qualify in all 3 things that you just mentioned? I mean, are you checking it?
Yeah, they have to submit proof.
Okay.
Yeah, so if it's a matter of were they operating as a short-term rental during that time, if they work through a platform, it could be as simple as going back to the platform and showing available dates during that period for your rental. It could be a copy of a receipt that you had that you gave to somebody if you're running your rental yourself, something like that. And then revenue and tax statements are pretty self-explanatory.
Tiffany, any idea of how many people are going to be grandfathered in? Is there between what over the last couple of weeks with the inquiries and stuff? Do you have any idea how many applications?
I don't. You
those?
might.
So the ballpark that we're guessing right now is there's around 1,300, between 13 and 1,500 in our county that are currently operating. So part of this process is we'll find out how many of those are operating legally, and how many can then move forward with the new permit process.
That's an alarm, and that's just the people in unincorporated Chelan County. It doesn't count the cities who have their own ordinances, such as Wenatchee and Leavenworth and Chelan, who already have their own in-house ordinances if you're within the city limits.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge amount of number.
That's huge, which is why, because we're expecting such a huge influx, which is why we're stressing that it's a window of application. So for these existings, it starts today and it goes through December 31st. So you have a few months. And then we're also asking, because it's a new process for our office too, we're asking for patience. We're all going to learn this together. And then in order to try to get people to continue moving and continue on with business, we're going to do a very preliminary check, and we're going to issue a provisional permit. So that's going to be a pretty quick process to get people in and out. They can also put their application materials in electronically, and we'll process it that way. But then once we get through that initial influx, we're going to go back through and we're going to do the deep dives and do full application reviews on each property. And then once they're completely vetted and approved, then they will be given a permanent permit number.
Doesn't sound to me that you'll be taking any vacation days between now and the end of the year. I'm just throwing that out there. Are you ready? This is a huge task. The process of bringing this lovely lady on board was critical. Somebody has to be in charge of it, and here she is. Talk me about the vetting process. How did you land this gig?
How did I land this gig? So interestingly, I worked in healthcare for about 15 years before, actually close to 20 years before coming to this. And I worked my way up in healthcare, and I did a lot of operations management. And I've had some people point out, what do you know about this? You always worked in healthcare. And my simple answer is, it's all operations. It's all about how to put the processes together to make it work the best as it possibly can for everybody. And we do know that the process that we're building and have built is going to be a little bit of a moving target, and it's going to need to be continually tweaked until we really kind of get it really solid. But in order, as how I came to the county was I was looking for a change. Healthcare, especially during these times, is extremely trying. And I was just really looking for a change, and I had been looking at the county for a while. And I initially applied for something else.
And you landed here.
And I landed here, and I'm really grateful for it. The department has been fantastic. Everybody has been very helpful and welcoming. I've jumped in like Tiffany said, the code was written, so it's like here's your car, drive it with no manual. So I'm making the manual.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Tiffany, you had really nothing, as you mentioned, the code was already set when you took office. Your predecessor, Mr. England, was part of that vetting process. For the uninitiated who can't remember, because after all, it was over 2 years ago, what started this whole, what was the whole impetus that we need to maybe have a rule book on short-term rentals in unincorporated Chelan County? What brought it all on to begin with 2.5 some odd years ago? Because it was an issue in your campaign. It was one of the things you were talking about significantly when you were in for office.
Mm-hmm. I think that the county really didn't have any of the systems in place to handle issues that arose from short-term rentals. So noise, parking, trespassing, nudity, all kinds of issues.
You can say nudity on TV. Don't worry about it.
That's good. So I think
let me see. Nudity. Yeah, we're still on the air. Anyway, go ahead.
So I think that because the county didn't enforce any of those issues, that the short-term rentals just became more and more problematic. And as we all know, it's not just short-term rentals that have these issues. It's everywhere. But we have, the proliferation of them. They just continue to grow and grow and grow. And people are saying, when is enough enough? And it's affecting our affordable housing. We've heard all the same arguments. And I moved into this neighborhood because I wanted to have neighbors, not because I wanted transient population in and out every week. So there are some very valid concerns from people in Chelan County. And so I think the squeaky wheel, right? So I think that's just what happened, that over so many years with the growth, that the commissioners finally decided something needs to be done.
And there was two really things that jumped out at me. There are those who have short-term rentals that farm it out to a third party, so to speak, and they're not really invested in their property. They're rarely there. And then there's those who kind of do this for a living, you know, whose entire livelihood is taking care of short-term rentals. And the people who've been doing this for a living and understand the process, they were pretty good caretakers as far as that. It was the people who just said, oh, I'm not going to use my cabin on these 19 weekends, so I'm going to let somebody else use it and take money. That's where the problems really began to snowball, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, I think a very small amount caused problems for everyone. And that's the case for a lot of things. You know, when laws are made, they're made for the bad actors, right?
Yeah. So. Do you think there's maybe some little tweaking into the system, maybe a year or two into this whole the new code that you're going to go back and look at and say this is working and maybe this isn't?
I think we absolutely should be doing that. I think that's just a good practice in business, especially in government, to look back and see what is working, and if something isn't, we need to make changes.
Once again, this is the people who we're talking about are people who already have been doing the short-term rentals for however long. The period, as she mentioned already, is if you were doing them between July 28th of 2019 to August 25th of 2020, that's when the moratorium began. You're first in line. So one more time, let's stress the stuff that is going to make your life easier and make their application process easier. I'll let you have the final word.
So easier and less stressful. Submit online if you can. Avoid coming downtown, avoid waiting in line, avoid that stress. With the current limitations, our office and our lobby, there can only be 5 people at a time right now. So if you have, 500 people show up outside, we're gonna have a lot of angry people standing in line. So I stress, today is not the only day. You have till the end of the year to get that in. I did also wanna make a point that we will be taking new applications as well, but the new application system or process doesn't start until December 1st. And that goes through the end of July next year for new applications for people who are not currently permitted.
Are you concerned that the people who want to, pound you with paperwork starting today are going to be first in line to get their temporary permit and then eventually the permanent permit after the vetting process? Is that what you're hearing? This is why we want to make sure that they understand.
Somewhat, and that's a good point. So thank you. So another piece to that is if you are an existing operator and you're coming in to just now get this provisional permit, you don't count towards the limitation cap. So Chelan County, in most areas, there's a 6% cap for short-term rentals, and in Manson, it's a 9% cap. But if you are already an existing operator, you don't count towards that cap. So it's not I've got to be first in line because I don't want to get left out of the cap. You don't count towards that at this point. Once we start the new applications, then it'll be determined of, hey, is there still room in the cap for anybody new, or is that shut down for this year?
Best of luck to you today. Thanks. And in the next few months. Tiffany, is there anything else you want to add before we cut you loose?
I just want to encourage people to be kind.
Well, that's a general human thing. Let's just say that for everybody out there.
Yeah, anyway, you would think. I know this is a really heated issue for people, and there are so many frustrations, and it's finally coming to the point where we're going to have permitting. So I would say I understand that there are going to be frustrations, but let's try to start out nice, at least.
We're trying to help.
We are.
We're trying to be kind and patient and help you, so we ask that you be kind and patient while we're trying to help. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Help us help you.
A little basic human decency never hurt anybody, I'll tell you that much. Thank you, ladies, for informing our viewers about the challenges ahead, the do's and the don'ts, and with all due respect, I think you're going to get this just fine. I really do.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
us.
I think you got the right gal for the right job.
Too.
I think you do, absolutely. You're watching Wake Up at Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Things have changed in the motorsports industry. Short supply and high demand have emptied showrooms. But what hasn't changed are the experts at Doghouse Motorsports. They are here to help you reserve the machine of your choice. Stop by and check out the latest 2022 Husqvarna motorcycles, UBCO, and Intense electric vehicles, and other new additions to the Doghouse Motorsports family of high-quality products.
Over the last year and a half, the industry's absolutely changed, but the Doghouse is still your best option for all your power sports needs.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the Diagnostic Doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
In a world afraid of technology, one man, one show will bring you the newest innovations that may just change your life. This summer, Ray McNeil and your Weekly Tech Update is your Weekly Tech Update with Ray McNeil.
Hello, North Central Washington. I'm Dave Tosh, Executive Director, Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, and I'm excited to announce a new variety show entitled Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Senior Center, and I think you'll find it educational, informative, and a lot of fun. Join us for the new program, Vibrant Living.
Who are you talking to? I told you, knock it off!
End the cycle. Call SAGE, Safety, Advocacy, Growth, and Empowerment. Get private, anonymous counseling. Learn how SAGE can help you. Receive legal assistance and protection. SAGE also offers a safe place for you and your children. Of course, a hug from Hank always helps. SAGE can help you move on with your life. Call SAGE today.
All right, one more reminder. It's Winning Wednesday. I'm holding it in my sweaty palms right now. It is a gift certificate to the VIP spot, the only way to watch movies at the Gateway Theater out there in Old Station. Got to be at least 21. You got to be a VIP. Everybody's a VIP in my world. Winner at ncwlife.com is the email address. One entry per email address. If you have more than one email address, you can enter more than once. You just can't enter over and over and over and over and over again. We will do the drawing shortly after 10 o'clock. This morning, I'll notify the winner via email. Again, winner at ncwlife.com. 2 tickets to any movie you want to see between now and May of next year that is playing at the VIP spot. All right, your forecast from the National Weather Service. We're kind of between systems right now, so we're going to see some high clouds. Cooler temperatures than the normal. Will be about 65, which is what we hit yesterday. 49 for the overnight low tonight. Partly sunny, a little bit warmer, a little bit more chance of rain on Thursday, but not as much as they thought. Yesterday at this time, they thought we were going to have a pretty good chance of rain Thursday night into Friday morning. Now they're backing off that a little bit. High of 71. We welcome October on Friday, but lots of sunshine, mild temperatures right around 70. That's normal. And then a great weekend to start out October. Saturday and Sunday, lots of sunshine, temperatures lower 70s Saturday, upper 70s on Sunday. I like it when the weather is sunny and nice on weekends. And that is it for us. Have yourself a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.